I was just thinking about something this morning. I already talked about, it was actually 2.5 parts that I did of the toxic masculinity discussion. And this is another one I want to talk about. This is going to be targeted directly at Gillette and its parent company, Procter & Gamble. This is DJ Wolf Live. Alright guys, I didn't mention the companies. Well, actually, I think I briefly did, but that's what started this controversy. Gillette, as you know, last week put out a commercial of, well, I don't know if it was last week. I think it was about maybe about over a week ago, but I didn't hear about it until late last week when I was in Cleveland. It was, and the question was about, is this the best the man can get? One of the people who was in that commercial, or at least they prominently showed in the commercial, was actor, TV host Terry Crews. And you know, Terry Crews, you know, he's been suspect in a lot of stuff, man. This was a guy who got harassed by a guy many years ago in Hollywood when he first started out. And I mean, he was sexually harassed by a guy, and he did nothing about it. The bad part about it was right in front of his wife, and he did nothing about it. That shocked the hell out of me, because Terry Crews is a cock diesel guy, you know, and he is, as far as his physique, is a man's man, but mentally he's not. Let's be honest with you. And I'm a fan of his work, albeit some of the stuff that he does is very suspect. You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, but otherwise, you know, as far as some of his work, he's very good at it. He's a funny cat, but I mean, I thought most of the stuff that he did was just for show, but now I know he's in the Hollywood player doing what he's doing to stay in Hollywood. You know. And Gillette used to be about products for men. It was a man's man product at one time. It really was. It was very well known. I know my family, myself, my brother, my dad, and uncles and all have used Gillette products over the years. I don't think I've used Gillette products in a long time anyway. It's been probably about maybe a couple of decades since I've actually used any Gillette products myself. Not that I didn't like Gillette products, I just never used it because I was using other stuff. I did use it one time to shave my head with my face, but I don't shave my face. Matter of fact, I haven't shaved my face in years, to be honest. And I usually don't use Gillette anyway. I use the men and stuff, you know, they used to fight the bumps and stuff like that. The powder shave. So I've been using that for a very long time, and I hadn't used that in a long time either. But nevertheless, its parent company is Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble has had a known history of being involved with controversies for a long time anyway. This is nothing new. It also came out that Gillette had violated child labor laws as well. So I said, I don't have anything documented, but that was something that came out the last couple of days. But like I said, Procter & Gamble has had a long history of controversies. I haven't been able to list them, but I do know that there's been a few of them by that parent company of Gillette. But I can tell you right in front, I haven't used Gillette products in a long time, and I will continue not to use their products. You know, they violated man code and man law, as far as I'm concerned. They truly did. Just by the commercial alone. And here's the other thing for me. Women have forgotten, or at least they've forgotten in this day and age, about what made a lot of things great for them. Men made a lot of things great for women. and continue to do so. We're the ones to take the hit for a lot of stuff, man. I've been saying that for a long time. I say it in a lot of my videos. I've been saying it for the last 5-6 years, on this podcast. I've been saying it on this channel for a long time as well. And I just feel that men have always got, particularly black men, have always gotten very much thrown in the bus for a long time. We continue to do so. Women got away with a lot of stuff on guys. They throw guys on the bus for different things. We take risks for women all the time. And yet you want to call us out saying, men have toxic masculinity. That commercial, to me, for the most part, did not really prove toxic masculinity. But they're using weak examples for what toxic masculinity is supposed to be. I don't get it. Now, okay, there have always been bullies in school. That's nothing new. That doesn't necessarily project toxic masculinity. That projects other issues. And that's been proven to be a fact. Bullies have been spawned by kids who were raised in dysfunctional families. That's a known fact. All right? That's where a lot of that comes from. That doesn't come from no toxic masculinity. A roughhousing, okay, is something that boys have always done for years. This is nothing new. The problem is you have mothers that don't like the boys to be roughhoused. Yeah, my mother, many years ago, and I'm surprised I'm telling this, but I'm going to tell it anyway, didn't even want me playing football. Seriously. And I love football. I love watching it. I love playing it. She clearly did not want me playing football. And then years later, you should be playing football like your cousin. I'm like, you didn't want me playing football, so all of a sudden now you wish I'd have been playing football. See, this is why women, you can't always go by a lot of stuff that they talk about or say, look, motherfucker, you gonna let me over this bitch, I'm gonna run your ass over. I would literally run them over. I'm just saying, like, why they want me to get over? God damn. It's already slick out here too. But nuts, man. But that's why you can't always go by the judgment or decisions directly of women, because sometimes they don't make the best calls. They don't, and that's a prime example of that. They don't. It's they don't always know what's best for boys. They don't. You got women out there don't even want you disciplining boys. I saw a situation where I think I mentioned it before. There were a couple of nephews of mine that I wanted to not even discipline, really. We were just talking about, staying away from gangs and all of that stuff, and try to keep your nose clean, stay out of jail. Do you know that my sister-in-law got upset about that shit? Yeah, she got upset. Say, you shouldn't be telling them about that. You scared them. Mind you, these kids were already in high school. Ain't wasn't too much you could scare them about at that point. They weren't babies. They weren't like 5 or 6 years old. These guys were like 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. Really? This is at the point where you should be telling them even more. But what, she going to be afraid that you're going to tell them how to be a man? By a man who's been out there? Really? This is what I'm talking about. This bullshit about toxic masculinity. This is all a ploy to try to demonize men. And I'm not going to lie. I would not be surprised if the Me Too movement is involved with that. I'm really surprised at Gillette. I'm totally surprised at Gillette for putting that message out. I'm going to tell you right now. I am totally surprised and completely shocked, if you ask me, that Gillette would even... this is a men's product. This is a men's brand. Yeah. Gillette used to be the man's man of men's products, men's hygiene for decades, man. Just to sit there and tell you, well, blah 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 blah. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of bullshit is that, man? For real. What kind of bullshit is this? Gillette, of all products, of all brands. Like somebody said, it'd been different if this was a female product. This is a men's product, a men's brand from a men's company, which the parent company is Procter & Gamble. But then they produce a lot of products for men and women. I'm talking about the overall parent company does. But Gillette is a specific men's brand. And now they've been infiltrated to tell you about how a man should be. They want to be the ones to define that. I bet you some women behind that commercial ad. I can bet anything on it. Somewhere within that organization, there are some women behind that bullshit. I just don't get it. When I first heard about it the other day, last week, I was totally floored. I say, toxic masculine. I said, what they coming up with now? That's the first thing I said. I said, what are they coming up with now? And I ain't trying to tell you can't. But like I said, again, everything in the commercial was geared towards everything men normally do, including trying to holler at a woman. There's a woman walking down the street in the commercial. So this black guy blocks the white guy from trying to holler at her. He had said 2 words. He had, I was like, he's like, no, really? You can't even say hi to the woman? Yeah, thank you. You can't even say hi to the woman. To me, that was fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, man. And one scene you had where the guys were barbecuing, and the guy said, man, boys be boys, boys, Okay. But, nothing in the commercial actually showed me of anything out the norm, even though they're saying there's something out the norm. No, there's not. But the one bitch I don't remember if it was from The View or some other program, had a nerd talking about something. Gillette got it all right. I said, no, they got it all wrong. Are you serious? The whole message of the commercial is just trying to, is basically, to me, from what I saw, is basically saying that men shouldn't be men. That's exactly what it's saying. I'm telling you right in front, guys and gals. It's telling us as men that we should double down on being men. That's like telling a woman, and if you were a female, and they were talking about women, I was telling women, you can't wear dresses, you're not supposed to wear panties. Well, depends on the case, but you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed, women wouldn't want no guys telling them how to be women. Why do you think guys would want women to tell guys how to be men? That's ludicrous, man. It's completely, to me, it is. It's totally ludicrous to me. But in this case, that's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing. Oh, jeez, these people, I swear. What the fuck? But, I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic behind any of it. I really don't. Women wouldn't want to be told that they can't go shopping. Women would not want to be told they can't wear lipstick or dresses or skirts or whatever, or or have kids and all that. Why are you going to tell men they can't go out there and be men and hunt and trap and fish and fight wars and protect women? Really? Would you want people to tell you to do that too? If you're a man? No. You know. My point is, men have always been men. Women have always been women. But whoever putting that campaign out, which I'm pretty sure some women are behind that, got to let men be men. You know, there's toxicity with females, probably more so than guys. Like I said, the previous podcast. You know, women do all kinds of stuff. They lie, they cheat, they've been known to steal, they've been known to get guys set up to get killed, all kind of shit. A lot more than guys. You know? And I ain't talking about I'm talking about all kind of women who've been known to do that. All kind of women. Both regular women, skanks, hoes, everything else. They've been known to get guys set up for years. This is nothing new. I'm sitting there watching a show now called a Life After Lockup or something like that. Yeah. And this guy gave this woman all of his money. But then in that case, he's a simp. But it's the fact that he looked out for her as a man, even though he was simpish about it. But he did look out for her, because even the simpest of men, the simpest of men care enough about women to be man enough to try to do something, but they go overboard. That's the problem, you know, with some guys like that. But it's just the fact that they stood up for women, you know, albeit on simp cases, but you know, but that's a little bit different story from what we're talking about. Here you talk about men, you know, can't. This is supposed to show aggression. Now you got women that are toxic as fuck and show all kind of aggression at guys, cursing them, holler at them. When they don't agree with something you say, they go overboard. They go off. You know, that's okay for them to do that though. Yeah. Certain women be pulling on guys every day. Never gets called out. Never. Women can be wrong to right. I mean, they can be wrong. They can be wrong all day on everything. You know, on everything. They sit and bring different guys in the house or whatever, and around the kids, and no one calls them out. You know, and people will talk about that, but that's your mama. Because no matter how wrong your mama is, you can't sit there and call out when she's wrong. I've been told that. You know? We're not supposed to do that. Men can't, though. Well, he ain't got to saying what he's saying to her. He got to put his hand up, blah, blah, blah. I mean, okay, in some cases I can understand what you're saying. But still, the commercial itself is basically saying that men can't be men. If you watch that commercial, that's basically what it's saying. Everything that men do based on that commercial is normal. Except Terry Crews. That's another story. Then I might question. But the kids chasing guys shaving them. Y'all trying to barbecue, back here on the barbecue saying boys be boys. The guy trying to holler at the girl. That's all normal stuff that men do. You know? How else do guys get to know women? You go over, you purchase something, you go talk to them. I would have never met my wife had I not done that. If I had not had the courage as a man to go talk to my wife, I would have never met her. And I was already extremely quiet. I was a bachelor living by myself. I talked to a couple of girls here and there, but it was nothing serious. Nothing serious at all. And I had, and this is just before I broke up. Matter of fact, this around the time I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. Or just before I actually officially broke up with her, let's put it like that. But my thing is, you know, men are going to be men. Let us be men. You know, like I said, the commercial, not only was it controversial, it was very biased. towards guys. You telling me a guy can't go out and holler at a woman? Or, I mean, the worst case scenario she could do is just say no and be on her way. You know? And because I had watched it again last night, and I watched it again this morning. I was like, you know what? A couple people pointed out, and it dawned on me. I said, you know what? I didn't even notice it. But it's like, I didn't see anything wrong with what the guy was trying to do. But I saw something, but I caught myself and found out what was wrong was the guy who was stopping him. You know, he just blocked him. Like, oh, you can't do that. You can't talk to a woman? How do we ever get to know him if we don't talk to him? You know? And you know, women don't ever get called out for their toxicity at all. And they do all kind of, they do and say all kind of stuff. You know? They play all kind of games with guys all the time. On the job and off. Never get called for the bullshit, but they want to call you out just for being a man. I mean, really? So if I'm in a workplace, I can't just talk to a woman. That's dumb. How the hell you work with him if you can't talk to him? And I'm talking about in general. But this guy was on the street trying to holler at a shorty, and he got blocked. I don't get that. I would have never met my wife had I not. Like I said, and honestly, if we worked on a part-time job together, I would have never met her. Had I not taken that job, you know, had I not get the courage to go talk to her, because at the time I was a little bit intimidated at first. I'm not gonna lie, I was. I really was. You know, when she was very nonchalant at the time when I met her. You know. And I was surprised we even went out. And I saw she had been by my apartment a couple times. I didn't know her then. Come on, man. What you doing? I'm trying to get over myself. You gonna try to cut somebody off? Jesus. Get over so I can get across here. I get over again. Driving nuts in the rain this morning. I mean, driving absolutely nuts out here today. Roads are crazy. But, you know, it's biased. Like I said, this Gillette commercial, it may be one of the most biased commercials I've seen in a long time. It's an extremely biased commercial. I mean, extremely biased. Because it's telling you that you need to stop being a man. You know, like I said, but the examples of what they put out as toxic masculinity were very bad examples anyway. If you consider that toxic, then you're just basically telling us that we can't be a man. That you don't need to be the man that you've always been, doing the things you've always done as men. I ain't supposed to talk to no women. Boys don't roughhouse. How do you think boys become men? You know? That's what men do. We roughhouse. We've always done that. You know? We barbecue on the grill. We've always done that. I mean, this is what men do. I mean, come on. It's just, that's why I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm like, you know, like I said, I'm down with the protest with Gillette and Procter & Gamble, the parent company. I'm down with it. I support it. I fully support it. But like I said, I don't have to protest Gillette or Procter & Gamble because I've never bought this. For the most part, I don't buy this stuff anyway. I haven't bought Gillette products in a long time. And Procter & Gamble, the only thing I have used from Procter & Gamble is washing powder, and I don't even use that anymore, really. But I definitely don't use Gillette stuff anyway. I've used Gillette stuff in decades, so that's no shock to me. You know. I'll tell you, I won't be using this stuff anymore. That's for damn sure. I won't be. After that, the most biased commercial I've ever seen. As a matter of fact, one of the most biased commercials it is among the most biased commercials that I've ever seen in recent memory. I can't think of three other more biased commercials than that. Wow. You know, it's just wrong. It's all kind of wrong. And, well, I am thinking about doing a podcast this weekend. And I may have to, because that commercial was just wrong 7 ways to Sunday. And I need to go further into it, even further into it, because there's a history behind this presentation about this toxic masculinity, which is a bunch of bullshit. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for right now. Questions or comments, of course, djwolflive at AOL.com. That's djwolflive at AOL.com. All right, that's all I got. But there is more that I will be saying on the back burner, because I'm still not done with this yet. I got more to talk about, and it'll likely be in a live podcast, hopefully by this weekend. All right, guys and gals, this is DJ Wolf Live, and I'm out.